Welcome guys to another episode of Bubbles from the Bridge, your weekly dive update. Now I have to apologise that we did miss last week's Bubbles from the Bridge, but I do have a good excuse. I was just so ill and there was no way I was recording one of these videos, and I doubt you'd want to see my haggard face on here the way I felt last week. But we're back on board now and the weekly videos should be flying thick and fast. Okay, now you can see that we're back inside Aqua Zero Dive Centre here once again, which usually means one thing, and it is raining. It has been raining for the last few days and is projected to rain into the next week as well, which is unfortunate. It doesn't really feel like summer, but here in the underwater business it shouldn't affect us too much. We're going to get wet anyway, and we can always take an underwater umbrella. I can sell you one of those if you think you need one. Okay. Now let's get into the update for Saturday the 10th of December and Sunday the 11th. Now perhaps this weekend won't be the best for scuba diving locally, but I know there'll still be quite a few of us getting in there to get our weekly fix of bubble blowing. Now the seas should remain fairly calm. I'd be quite surprised if we got anywhere up to 1 metre of swell, and the wind should be a nice light northeasterly around about 5 to 10 knots. Okay, the tides are early morning for the coast and up at Nelson Bay, and in Swansea Channel you're looking at an 11:30 slack water on Saturday, 12:15 slack water on Sunday. Now these tides are 1.7 metres in height, so they're sort of a medium to large size and may reduce slack times a little bit. I'd imagine probably around about 25 minutes of close to slack water and up to a 45 to 50 minute dive still if you persist. Now, in terms of social dives, on Saturday morning we're suggesting going out to the log at Swansea Heads for our first dive. We're going to meet down here at the shop at 9 o'clock for that one and be in the water out there by around about 9:45. Now, the log at the moment has been terrific. I'm sure I've mentioned before that there are grey nurse sharks hanging around out there at the moment, and they were spotted again this Sunday. We're also seeing a couple of large wobbegong sharks hanging around a few of the darker crevices and gutters, and there was also a turtle there 2 weeks ago. So it really is an amazing sight. You don't know what you're going to see out there. You often get the big bull rays, there's big blue groper, and all your reef fish you associate with most of those typical New South Wales reefs. So that's a 9 o'clock meet here on Saturday for that one. Our second dive Saturday will be the bridge at 11:30. And I think we have a few taggers for that one, so come along if you are able. Now on Sunday morning we are doing a drift dive as our first dive, and we're going to have an early morning meet around about 7:15 to 7:30 here at the shop. The plan is to jump in over on the blacksmith side and do the blacksmith's breakwall drift in. We'll jump in at the granny pool as our starting point and drift down to the bridge as our exit point. Okay, so this is a nearly 2 kilometre drift. It should take around about 45 minutes to an hour, and is a really gentle, nice, easy drift. Okay, so if you're advanced, trained and above, certainly consider coming along to that one. Now our second dive Sunday will be the 12:15 bridge. So in total there are 4 dives you can choose from this weekend. If you're interested in any of those, just give me a call here at the shop and I'll put your names down. Now you don't have to be a club member to come in on our social dives. We've always had the attitude of the more the merrier, so give us a call if you are keen. Okay, so look, it may not be the weekend to drive 100 kilometres to dive here in Swansea, but if you're local, you own your own gear, or you only need to hire a little bit, I'd still consider this weekend perfect for a dive. There's not much else you can do outdoors in this sort of miserable rainy weather, so you may as well go get wet and blow some bubbles.